I am the God man, living, learning his plan. This is teaching, never preaching, I'm the future advance. I'm the reason that you're reaching to the knowledge in this season. I'm the universe, lyrically in tune to work. My black magic beat is savage, so this music is my passion. I use a verse to break the spell, but the devil did his work on the small minds while he running his turf. Rap niggas want respect, but these chickens are jerked. Talking spicy, love money, love sex, dummy. Love disrespect instead of building connects. To be the best of ourselves on this planet called hell. I see a lot of Satans having your conversations about your life within the matrix, but you never learn to change it. Practicing your rituals to keep us in your cages, and my people do the same thing to keep us in that placement. Arguments of hatred, it stops with my engagement. We gotta step within our greatness. We gotta set the record straight. We gotta step within our greatness. We gotta set the record straight. We gotta step within our greatness. We gotta set the record straight. We gotta step within our greatness. We gotta set the record straight.
Did Putin really just talk about Black Jesus? And if so, then why isn't the whole world talking about this? Everyone's seeing a bridge collapse. Everyone's seeing Diddy's house being raided. Listen.
We stand on the precipice of a monumental revelation. A moment that defines not only our understanding of history, but also the path forward for our great nation. In an extraordinary discovery hidden beneath centuries of lore and legend, we have opened what can only be described as the oldest vault known to mankind. What we found within its ancient confines challenges the very fabric of our beliefs and heralds a new dawn for our country. Within this vault, we discovered figures of biblical proportions, characters that many have read about, debated, and revered. These figures, preserved against the sands of time, reveal a truth that is as profound as it is transformative. They are all black. This revelation, this undeniable truth, stands before us not as a contradiction to our faith, but as a testament to the diversity and unity that faith embodies. As your president, I see this moment not as a challenge to our beliefs, but as an opportunity to embrace a wider, more inclusive understanding of our history and spirituality.
So when I searched on the internet, I kept finding that everything was false. It's false. It's false. But isn't that how most things are that are actually true? Comment below what you think about Black Jesus. And what do I think? I think that it doesn't matter what color Jesus was. He died for our sins.
Peace. This is A and B, African Man Born, on Random Thoughts. Random Thoughts is a podcast where I give you 5 to 10 minutes of random thoughts. Here we go. Of course, when you read something or watch something like this, right, you see that certain truths are being revealed to the world. Now, I'm not a religious person, so I'm not even going to go there. But what I will say is that when it comes to the teachings about Jesus and how they did in the church, they lied to people. And and what they say about Jesus, and whether he's black, white, or whatever, it's an indication, you know what I'm saying, that people clearly don't know what is written in the Bibles that you read or that you so-called follow when the preacher tells you to open up the book and all this other stuff. So what happens is they've been lying to people for years about the image of Jesus. Just his image. You know what I'm saying? They follow everything else, but that image is something that they have a problem with, especially when it comes to like what color Jesus is. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a statue right here that was given to me. And this statue, right, represents what Jesus would look like. It's on I don't care.
Now, the reason why this existed, because as Nubian folks, we needed our images placed in these books that we follow, in these religions. You know what I'm saying? We needed our face to be seen so we can recognize the greatness within us, even though you don't really need it. But the truth of the matter is, when you look at the actual documentation, when you look at the King James Version of the Bible, right? What do you read in the King James Version of the Bible? It says, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as the flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if it was burnt in a furnace, and his voice was the sound of many waters. All right. The reason why I'm saying this is, when you say his hairs was white like wool, his hairs, not his skin, his hairs and his feet was like it was burnt in a furnace, you're pretty much saying that the man is he's saying that he's a brown skinned man, a dark skinned man. His hair was like wool. Therefore, what makes you unique as a Nubian, as a black man, as an African, as a Hebrew, whatever you want to call it? That hair. His hairs was white like wool. It looked like wool, like sheep, right? Like sheep's hair. So therefore, a lot of y'all don't understand that when you're talking about biblical stuff, King James stuff, all right, that these Europeans follow, they put out an image that pretty much was lies in comparison to what was written in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? This, so obviously, what I'm trying to tell you, or what I'm telling you, is Jesus was black. He was brown. He was Nubian. He was African. What you call Hebrew, the original Hebrews were brown-skinned, woolly-haired people. The original people, the indigenous people. Jesus would be that because he is in the image of the Most High. So now that questions your faith in, okay, is God black? Of course he would be black if he's in the image of and likeness of his Father. So therefore, that means that everything that you see around you was started with our connection to a black or a Nubian image. You know what I'm saying? We are the children of the Most High, right? According to the Bible. Like I said, I know the Bible, but I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Jew. I'm not none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you that now people are waking up to information that was being distorted for hundreds of years, right? So my point in this podcast is to reveal that one of the main reasons why I think Russia is not aiming missiles, well, they do aim missiles at the United States, but one of the reasons why they don't release missiles, not just because of nuclear winter, but because there's so many Nubians in this country, and they know what's going on. The whole world knows what's going on. They quick to let the U.S. know that you treat black people like shit, even though they don't want to help. Right? From the people in Argentina to the presidents of Russia to the dictators of the Mesopotamian, which is the Arab nations over there, what they call the Middle East, which doesn't make sense in its term. All right, they tell you, oh, y'all treat black people like shit. Why do they bring that up all the time? Because you put out the racism that justifies these statements from other countries. You know what I'm saying? Even though a lot of them are just as racist. If you see what happened in Ukraine when the war started, they trapped pretty much African students that were going to school in Ukraine, and then they forced them to fight on their behalf. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit, right? So therefore, a lot of these countries don't even like Nubians because they're so used to the conditioning that they got in their heads that Nubians are expendable, they're slaves, they're less than animals. No, we are the original people of the planet. And what happens is you're seeing now a revelation of people seeing, oh, damn, everything started with black folks. You know what I'm saying? This is going to continue to heighten. And as it heightens, your vibration should heighten. Your consciousness should heighten. Your level of awareness should heighten. And you should be like, yo, stand tall and stand up and wake each other up. Each one, teach one. All right? So with that being said, this is my random thought. I'll see you on the next thought. Peace.